Thanks so much for joining me today. You have reached the NeedleBugg. My name is Karen, and today I have a little bit of a soapbox to get on. You know, every once in a while I do this, and I am doing this in support of all the floss tubers out there who have gotten comments that have not been the nicest or the kindness. So, I'd like to start this video out with a poem that I have shared once before. And after that, I'm going to stitch on Fred as we talk about that poem. So, here we go. It's called The Dash by Linda Ellis. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noticed that first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between the years. For that dash represents all the time that they spent alive on earth, and now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If you could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? How you spent your dash? How true? How true? How true? Think about that, folks. Think about that. There has been another floss tube person that is getting or has gotten some negative comment or comments that were very upsetting for her. I can understand that. I've been there too. You know, hopefully most of our comments are positive and joyously, overwhelmingly wonderful. However, it only takes one. It only takes one time to get a comment that is hurtful, that is mean, that's unkind, that's rude, or any other adjective that you want to add to that. It only takes one to send someone in a tailspin. And I know, okay, we should all have broad shoulders and take it all with a grain of salt and, you know, just try and ignore it and move on. Well, let me tell you, folks, it's easier said than done. Having been there, it's easier said than done. So I felt the need to get on a soapbox today to support those floss tubers who so willingly and so generously put themselves out there. And it's a big step to sit here and record a video that you know thousands of people are going to watch. And yes, it's a chance you take, whether you're going to get nice comments or not kind comments. It is a chance you're going to take. However, if people keep getting the comments that have been coming from some in this community lately, you're not going to have a floss tube. Because I'll be perfectly honest, when it happened to me, I almost left. And if it wouldn't have been for a core group of people that I have, I would have left. Which would have been a shame. Which would have been a sad day for everyone. You know, I'm not trying to say I'm all that in a bag of chips, because I'm not. However, by the same token, I feel like I have helped a lot of people. I have shown them how to do, or all of you, how to do different things. I have given you all tips and tricks on stitching, how to stitch diagonally, how to do a loop start, any number of things. You look back through my videos. If I was to quit, those videos would go away. So I want to remind everybody, again, on the soapbox, be kind. Be kind. Think about that poem. Think about how you want to be remembered in this community. Whether you're a creator or it's just someone who watches FlossTube, who puts their comments out there. How do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered by people to say, oh, you know what? She was such a nice person. She always left the nicest comments. It made me feel so good. Or do you want to be remembered as the person who leaves unkind comments, who people go, oh my God, she's at it again? Who people say, I just hate when she comments on my videos because she never has anything nice to say. Is that what you want to be remembered? How do you want to live your dash? I just throw it out there. You know, there's also a saying of you reap what you sow. But it's time. This world has enough issues right now, and I'm not going to go there. But I am going to go to the place of people need to be kind. They need to be respectful. We need to appreciate what the people in this community that make these videos do for you. They enable you. Been called that a time or two, and that's okay. But you know what? You're enabled by them. You get to see a lot of new and different things. You get to learn a lot of things. You get to learn, oh, this is how so-and-so does that with her stitching. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe that will work for me. Or, oh, this is how, this is a stand that somebody has. Oh, that looks interesting. I wonder if that will work for me. You gain a lot of things from this community. We all do. So why are some people being what I call the keyboard warriors? Stop hiding behind a keyboard. Just stop. It's not necessary. Think about that. Think about before you type that, or you can type it, but delete it. Before you post what you typed, read it again. Sit back, take a minute, read it again, and say to yourself, if that person was sitting right here in front of me, would I say that to their face? Would I say that if I was face to face with that person? If it's a nasty, mean comment and you're willing to say that to somebody's face, what I have to say to you is feel free to move on. If you want to unsubscribe from my channel, that is fine, because I don't want people like that. People are entitled to their opinion, and you can express your opinion, but you don't have to be nasty or unkind about it. There are ways to say things and express an opinion that are not going to be hurtful to other people. There's enough hurt going on in this world today. Absolutely enough. We do not need more. We do not need to take a community that is based upon a hobby, that is based upon a craft that brings people joy, that people enjoy doing, and they do it for the pleasure, more often than not. Yes, some people have made businesses out of it. You know, there are some that I can think of one person in particular that she does floss too, but she also sells. Now she has taken to selling needle minders, for example, on where's my scissors? On Etsy. And that's all fine and wonderful. And good for her. Good for her. But that's her choice. And if she wants to mention that on her channel from time to time, again, there is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. Because if that's how she makes her income, good for her. Good for her. If that's how she makes extra spending money to buy cross-stitch supplies, good for her. Because, you know, back in the day when I first started this hobby, it was not as expensive as it is today. Not even close. And it takes a chunk of change. So if she wants to make a little extra money and she wants to let people know that, hey, I have an Etsy store, maybe you want to stop by and maybe you find something that you like. Well, good for her. She should not be criticized for that. You know, just the same as a while ago when I got on this same soapbox because somebody else was being treated unkindly. And it was because she was speaking about her life in general, which other people do too. So why is one person being singled out because of that? Again, people that do floss tube put themselves out there for your entertainment and your enjoyment. And you're going to treat them nasty? No. I don't agree with it. I support all the floss tubers out there that make these videos, that put themselves out in front of the public, in front of thousands of people, to share their love of a craft with you. Because let me tell you, we don't have to do this. We choose to. We don't have to. And if you think people are getting rich off of it, think again. It's certainly not the case. Think again. I mean, I'll be upfront with you. I'll tell you, it takes me 2 months to earn $100. Do you think I do this for the money? Oh, no, I don't. But stop. Just stop being unkind. You know, mothers taught us, at least people of my generation, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. If you don't like my video, there are many other videos out there. Move on. Move on. Some of you may have gotten a message from me that says, noted. And that's the response. And that's because at that point, I was probably saw that as a negative comment. And so that you know I read it, I just marked it noted and left it at that. Sometimes I'll put noted, and obviously this channel is not for you. That happened when I had somebody tell me that my video was a waste of their time and it could have been done in 5 minutes. What they fail to realize is maybe for them, because they already knew that stuff, it could have been done in 5 minutes. But look how many new people are coming into this community. There's a lot of new stitchers out there. I just had a bunch message me in the past week about being new to stitching or new to hardanger or whatever. Now, if I, as a person that makes videos, would treat them in the manner that some of you treat us creators, where would this community go? Those people would leave in a heartbeat. They would say, this craft ain't for me. Those people are mean. Those people are nasty. There have been a lot of new creators on YouTube. A lot of new ones, to the point I can't keep up with them. To the point that I really don't even try because there's so many. But think of all of those. If they would get the comments that some of us that have been doing this for a while get, do you think they'd stay? Do you think they'd stay? Because yes, we do this because we enjoy it. But I also do this to pass on the knowledge that I have to all of you. Sometimes it's just nice to hear it again. I had a message from a viewer, a longtime viewer and a longtime friend, who just watched another video of mine on, I think it was starting with a single thread. And I got a message that, thanks, I really needed a review on that. And I'm going to bookmark this one so that I can watch it every so often just to refresh my memory how to do it. Those are the kinds that make your heart warm and fuzzy. But when somebody says, oh, that video could have been done in 5 minutes, well, maybe it could have for somebody that knows. But there's a lot of people out there that are new and don't know. So think about them. But most of all, think about how you spend your dash. How do you want to be remembered in this community? Do you want to be remembered as the person who always had something nice to say and creators just loved hearing from you? Or do you want to be that person that, oh gosh, they're at it again? I'm not even going to read their comment anymore because I'm tired of it. There are those. I will tell you what I want to be remembered as. I want to be remembered as the one who taught you how to do things, who gave you hints and tricks for how to stitch or how to stitch better, or a new technique, or introduced you to something new that you didn't know. I want to be remembered as the person that you could come to and say, Karen, can you help me with this? I have lots of people contact me. Sometimes that's why I don't get a lot of stitching done, is because I have people contacting me on, can you help me with this? How do I do this? Can you explain this to me? You know, I just had a lady that didn't know what HAID stood for. So of course I told her. So of course I told her about the website. And of course I told her, have your credit card ready, because you're going to get lost in there and you're going to want to buy everything. To which I got a very nice note back saying, thank you for taking the time to explain that to me. That's how I'm living my dash. So think about how you're living yours. And before you write that unkind, that rude, that nasty comment to a creator, think about your dash and think about how you want to be remembered. So, that being said, I didn't intend for this to be a long video. I might have done all of about 15, 20 stitches, but that's okay because I will stitch some more today. And as you can see, Fred is coming along. Let's see if I can squeak it in there. Look at that. We're filling in the confetti. Oops, I lost you. There we go. I'm filling in the confetti over here. I bumped the wrong thing on my phone and it went to a different app. So this is getting done. It won't be too long. And down in here, this is pretty much a solid stitch area. So I only have these little bits of confetti yet to do. And all of this is going to be pretty much big chunks of color. And then over here, just a little bit further, is the rest of the toe, and the end of it is under the hoop. So we will get Fred done this year. We will hopefully get Fred done rather quickly so that I can start on Adam's sampler, stocking. So with that, my friends, I am going to leave you for today. I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I am going to hope that all of you think about how you spend your dash. Spend it well. so that you can be remembered well. So with that, have a great week, and I will see you